Welcome back, everybody. More Heroes of the Storm on Khaldor TV with the European Pro League. And especially today, we have two pretty cool games. Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple are our maps today in the two matches. We have a lot of heroes, a variety of heroes here, especially some that we have not seen too much in the last patch. Again, Stitches is actually someone that we see a bit more often these days, especially if you watch the last videos, you know that Stitches is appearing every now and then in the games, especially that combo with Stitches and Torrent is still being played quite a bit. And we also today have another approach at the medic. Once again, the medic is getting a shot, Lieutenant Morales, and the games today are really going to be awesome. So guys, if you haven't seen them yet, then make sure that you get yourself some snacks, because this is going to be a pretty awesome video. Very back and forth action here the entire time with pretty cool endings as well. And well, we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to jump into the game right away. The first one on Cursed Hollow. More EPL action, the European Pro League, the in-house pickup league for the pro teams and pro players is happening once more, and this time we are on Cursed Hollow. And to the left side of the map we see Khaldor, played by Quacknix. We have AR on Jaina, Antihero on Reina for the third damage dealer. 3 assassins here for him. They play with a single tank, BKB on Johanna, and Bakery is playing Karazim. To the right side of the map, their opponents have a pretty cool setup, since they're using Stitches, played by Soccer, together with Alex the Pro G for the additional stun on Muradin. We have Uther also with a stun attempt by Stör, and Black Scorp with Nazebo could throw in a wall of zombie every now and then to lock the target down, with Nande playing Vala for the damage. And with this being said, we have no commitment just yet to a build for Nande. He's waiting for the first talent. There's a couple of things that he could do. Could, for example, head into an auto-attack build, or in this case, it's the multi-shot build. Maybe even a hybrid build. Lockdown already, and Antihero. Wow, they really got him. Oh, but Nazebo dies first. Yeah, they got the hook against Raynor, but still, the bait, yeah. Du mich auch. Oh, the bait here by Antihero. That hook was great, but it's a double kill that they get against the red team. Very well done here. The hook was amazing. I mean, the hook was exactly what you wanted to get in this case. But as you can see, you still have to make sure that you either kill the target or at least don't lose heroes. It's not a massive deal, but still, it's a slightly an experience that you get. You don't get too much out of it, but yeah. So for now we have in the mid lane Zocke together with Stier. It's that Stitches Uther comp. One guy hooks, the other one stuns. That's exactly what you're trying to do. Up to the top, we're currently having Black Scorp and Antihero in position. They are going up against each other, and Black Scorp has quite a bit of pushing power against Reina. But still, let's keep in mind that he's currently trying to stack with the Seasoned Marksman on level 1. With the talents, we also have Stitches now with that new talent, Hungry for More. It's basically his Regeneration Master variation that he has, and it results in him having a massive hit pool. Well, and there's the bait again. This time not really as successful as before. It took them 2 hooks, but then in the end they still kill Antihero, so they get that kill against Reina. But Reina is going to be Stitches and Muradin's worst enemy later on. Once that he gets the Seasoned Marksman stacks in and then Giant Killer on level 13, he is going to do so much damage against the two of them. Oh my god, Zocke! That actually tickled Jaina a bit. That hook really tickled her. That probably ripped a hole in that nice dress of hers. Oh, why are you even trying? Oh. Look at that, the trash talk starting. That's one of the things that I really love about the EPL. The players always, of course, always is so in voice, so there is coordination, much more coordination than there is in a normal Hero League game. But it's pretty awesome to just see that they are really on they're just taunting each other the entire time. They're on good terms, and it's just all good fun and nice practice, which is, of course, exactly what you want. It's awesome. There's a hook attempt again. Zocke so far has been doing a decent job with these hooks. We have both of them on level 5, more or less. The level 4 talents with, again, the combo for Jaina going Conjurer's Pursuit, and then after the mana problems have been solved, straight into Snowstorm. Yeah, Zocke, he was getting away from air and also from BKB, but not from Quacknix, and it's another kill against Vala. Very well, I like what the blue team is doing. I mean, yes, they lost a few heroes already to the hooks. Well, only one Antihero. But I really like the way that the blue team is currently presenting themselves here. The rotations are strong. They have a very, very dangerous setup since they're running 3 assassins. So that's a ton of damage. More of a traditional composition for the red team with their 2 tanks. And in the later stage of the game, that could definitely pose a bit of a problem. Especially once that you can jump into the backline and start to attack these assassins. But he has a fight for the tribute again. And right now, it looks like the blue team is starting to still dominate this a bit. Level 4 talents also on the side of Stitches, who went straight into the amplified healing talent. And we also have the multi-shot build just being used even more thanks to Arsenal, so a lot of pressure on the lanes now. The fight for the tribute is still ongoing though. We have Nazeebo going for the spider talent with a cluster on level 1. And here comes another gravity lapse against Zoki, gets healed and moves away. Bakery dashes to safety. Alex is trying to hammer him down, but he doesn't have the cooldown ready, so Bakery is still alive and still around, by the way. Oh, the hook against Reynor and the kill! Yes, they get it, but are they going to lose soccer for it? No, they don't. So the kill against Reynor. The fight is not over yet. Black Scorp survives, but Johanna dies, and this is the bad news for the blue team. They are losing even more heroes now. The hook approach against Bakery. He dodges it, but the tribute and the kill against Jaina now secured by the red team. They have 4 kills against 4, level 7 versus level 7, and that leads us straight into our next talent for both of the teams. We have Tenderizer taken for Socket, traditional build for Stitches, the Toll Affinity taken by Nazeebo, who's currently up at the top lane, still trying to push this. And no like massive surprises, but a bit of an alternative build by BKB, who went into the Laws of Hope on level 4, and then the Conviction talent on 7. A bit more old school, so to say. Oftentimes when you look at Johanna, it's still Battle Momentum that is being played on level 7. It's also very popular to go into Retaliation on level 4, or even into, well, yeah, Laws of Hope is still pretty strong. It's just that self-sustain that she has, which is super good. We have a trap, slight one here. They expect someone to go for boss, apparently. Right now they just look silly standing there, but it could work. The problem is that the blue team is having the same idea up at the top. So that has been discovered by Black Scorp and Nazeebo, so you realize what's happening there. The anti-hero kind of feels that he should be a bit more passive. Yeah, well, for him it works out. Or does it? Actually, it might not, because now he's getting jumped, and anti-hero, wow. Thanks to his passive, barely gets away here and has the well still up, so can use that. Black Scorp to the top lane wasn't that lucky. He went down, and that now means that these 2 siege giants can actually rage hard against the wall and start to claim that. We have in the middle of the map now another tribute spawning, and with that, 2 teams are aiming for it immediately. But the blue team, oh, there's the hook. Zocke, that was a dumb idea. Zocke is getting healed, is trying to run away. You can run, you can't hide. I'm really sorry, dude, but that's not going to work out for you. Zocke is getting taken out. He was trapped. I mean, he cancelled the channel. The idea behind all of this was, of course, like cancel the tribute channel, wait for Nazeebo to come back into the game, and then make a play with a 5 versus 5. But he did not expect this many people to just be around him, and that did just hurt. And fast. The level 10 talents, as we are seeing, oh, Nazeebo moving away. Nande, Vala, can he get away? She gets away, but Nazeebo doesn't. Well, does she? She might not. Oh, the water element. Look how deep the blue team goes for this one. Alex is jumping in and uses the stun, and Bakery is dying. Really well played here. That was actually kind of fun, but a bit of an overcommitment here for the blue team. They really wanted to have Vala. I can understand the rage against Nazeebo, and they did very well jumping into the fort range for that, but then trying to go for Vala too might have been a bit too greedy. BKB over here together with Quark Mix. They are paying the price now too. 7 kills versus 7 kills. Exactly the same amount. And at this point, we are also seeing them go straight for the boss. They don't even go for the tribute, because they're saying, why would we? We have the time that we need to go for the boss. We can secure the tribute a bit later, and now just make sure that we get a boss on top of this. The blue team is trying to react with a move down to the bot lane to claim the boss over here. Heroic abilities, we have seen them in play. You see them to the left side with Divine Palm, the Blessed Shield, Hyperion, Water Elemental, and Phoenix on the side of the blue team. And for the red team, it's actually now the Ravenous Spirit, together with Gorge in this case. So Gorge has already been used. We have Strafe as well. And here's the fight for the bottom boss. And nice. Look at that. I love that. The blue team stunning Stitches out, knocking him back with Reynor, just making sure that that fatty can't move onto that spot for the boss and claim that. If he's on there, he's pretty difficult to... Look at these body blocks, by the way. Wow. Soccer gets taken out. The boss has been taken. Top 4, by the way, eliminated. 8 kills versus 8 kills now, and down to the bot lane we're seeing the fight taken. Nande is starting to move in. They're of course trying to burst that down, but the blue team, and once more, they want the kills. Styr barely getting away from that condemn, and now the blue team is going for keep. But the boss is still up at the top now too for the red team, doing some damage. Will be taken out eventually, but they do exactly what they were supposed to do. They take down the wall at the bot lane, and now they can rotate again, and we have another tribute on the map. And this is now tribute number 3 for the red team if they're able to claim it. The problem for them is that in just a few seconds the level 13 talent is going to be ready for the blue team, so I'm not quite sure if the red team is really willing to commit here. Oh, but they try to hook, they get the gorge in, and here comes the attempt to burst down the target. Bakery can dash away if he's not stunned, but he is! Bakery with a Divine Palm is still alive, gets a shield. Divine Palm actually not triggered. Would have been better for him if that was triggered. Styr is there. Level 13 isn't ready yet, but I feel the red team should really move back right now. They don't have a chance to win this fight. Not now. And 13 is ready. Oh, Iron Skin on Johanna. Barely saving here. Bakery goes in. He's like his dashes. He's so mobile with his hero. Really playing a great Charism. Probably the best Charism player that we currently have in Europe. Zocke again with a cancel against the channel, but they really need to be careful because they are down an entire level. It's going to take ages for them to go to 13 and equalize the score in talents. Now we have also the Chain Bomb for Charism. Uh-oh, locks down Black Scorpion. He gets the Chain Bombs in. Quacknix moves in, tries to do exactly that. Has the Phoenix now committed to, but they move away, and that works at least for now. Zocke... Don't do it, don't do it, it's a bad idea. Black Scorp, Styr and Nanda are already TPing back. Top lane has been pushed in the meantime and the wall has fallen. We have on 13 now finally the Giant Killer. And let's look at the talents, or at least the extra damage on anti-heroes right now. 17 extra damage right now on the Seasoned Marksman, as we are seeing them go for another Siege Giant camp. Nothing to write home about yet, but still, I mean, he's getting there. And with Giant Killer, he does a ton of damage against heroes like Stitches now, of course. We have more pressure towards the Bruiser camp at this point. 13 talents now also ready for the red team, who goes into Relentless for Stitches. He is the solo tank. No, actually, they have the double tank composition, my bad, sorry. We have the Shrink Ray, at least, for Uther, and that helps, especially against Johanna. I mean, Johanna is the only tank for the blue team, so as long as you control her, you can jump the backline, go straight into the warriors there. Also Frost Shot now for the extra control on Vala, and this is the important tribute now. This is tribute number 3 for both teams. Nice hook, locked down against Bakery, and Divine Palm saving him. Barely, just barely. But here comes the Hyperion, the Water Element. Nanda already going straight for the strafe, but they eat the damage thanks to the Blizzards, and Stitches is down, so is Vala. Great kills here. Everybody is low on the blue team. I mean, look at these fights. Bakery gets so much healing power into these battles. He keeps everybody alive. He's currently at 35,000 healing compared to the 20,000 that we're seeing for Uther. 4 kills for the blue team. They're playing an amazing game here. It's so dangerous for them with this setup. It's a super aggressive lineup that they're playing. I mean, they're running 3 assassins and only a single tank now. The bot lane is being pressured during all of this, but they can now get the curse against the red team easily. They already have Johanna in position. They get the objective, and they're also in a massive lead when it comes to the levels. They will hit another talent with this curse, and that means that they get level 16, which just now hits and allows them to go into the Arcane Barrier. Wow, even more damage for Anti-Hero. He really wants to have the extra damage now, and that means Executioner for him. We don't have too many slow spells though. We have especially Jaina, of course, who can deliver those, but they also have Johanna, which helps out, has no the Blast Hammer, so Anti-Hero is really going to try and get that in. Would have been even cooler if Khaldor would have been able to go to backdraft. That Executioner would have been even more amazing. Alex waiting a long time before he jumps back here, has the patience, but it's now a 3-level lead against his team, and that's not gonna help at all. Again, Circle of Life taken, Khaldor's actually taken out. Wow, he got sniped. Nice hook there by Zocke, apparently. So that worked, and now it's a 4 versus 5, but still, that talent is a problem. Strafe use, that's a ton of damage that we're seeing here from Vala, but it's also the Hyperion is starting to zone them out. Blackscope with the Ravenous Spirit, but Bakery dashes away, and it looks like the team is going to escape. But they are low, and they lost Johanna too, so that means that the boss is open, and maybe, just maybe, they can sneak in both. But the red team is, of course, aware that the blue team might try to take their own boss at the bot lane, and that's exactly what we're seeing from Bakery and AR. But the thing is, though, they really need Reyna for this, and depending on how fast this attempt goes up here at the top, they might arrive in time to contest it. But I don't think they're gonna. They're moving down. I don't think it's gonna work. Well, Alex, can he jump? Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't jump, but they're trying to trap Bakery, and they can't get that in. The circle of zombies, the zombie wall was used. Zocke with a missed hook here was really trying. Bakery would have been in trouble. It's not his hit point pool, it's more so the mana pool. He was really low on that. But now, of course, they have to defend here. The important part is really that there's not a single keep that has been taken out just yet. And this boss is going to do some damage up at the top. At the bot lane, we're seeing a similar scenario where Zocke is now moving in to do a bit of work and help out so that the keep is not falling here. Keep has already lost a few hit points, not too many, but it should still survive here. There should be no way for the boss to actually take this one down. Up at the top, boss for the red team only scratched it. 16 versus 16 talents, by the way, in case you didn't pick up on it yet. We have the fishing hook taken for Stitches. We also see Stone Form, which will help Muradin stay alive in these fights. Alex is jumping the backline every single time, and he has to. If you're up against 3 assassins, then you try to jump into their midst to make sure that you can disrupt it a bit, that you can take them out. We have also Benediction taken. The double heals are going to be super important in these fights, since there is a lot of burst that we have thanks to Jaina and also Khaldor. That double mage assassin setup here is just so powerful against the red team now. And that is something that the blue team has been utilizing as much as they could. So they currently have, up at the top lane already, Zocke in position here. He's taking the camp with the rest of the team. They're still 2 levels behind, but it's the same talent now. 2 levels, but the same talent. So they want to fight now. The red team wants to fight now. The blue team wants to snipe something, move back, be mobile on the map, not really force anything just yet. They don't really have to, but they're 2 levels behind and they need to fight for the tribute because that would be curse. This is like a very crucial moment right now, because if the red team claims the curse, they can take down structures, they can close the gap in experience. So we will have to see, we will actually have to see the blue team make something happen here. And currently they're buying some time. They're trying to rotate. Oh, the hook and the gorge against Johanna. The hook and gorge. Johanna is gonna fall. The tribute will be taken though by the blue team. Nice kill. But what about Bakery? There's Anti-Hero in range. We could see another hit. Yep, the tribute not taken, by the way. They could have, I think, but they didn't. And now up here, Blackscope was extremely low. Blackscope just barely surviving. But Quadnix is about to drop against Alex. Uses the arcane barrier. Down here, we still have the fight raging against Anti-Hero and Bakery. Spirit moves in. Can they get the stun? No, but Khaldor is dead. Ah, and the hook doesn't hit. Khaldor and Jaina are both down. There's the pause, but that's a triple kill against the blue team. Triple kill against them. 12 kills against 12 now. When we're looking at the damage here, once again, pretty obvious that especially, of course, Khaldor is doing a lot of work here. But it is still Vala and also Nazeebo, the 2 heroes that are at the top of the hero damage counter. So they are doing a great job. Of course, we're having 3 assassins on the side of the red team, which also plays a bit of a role there. But they are still doing extremely well here. I mean, at this point, also about the heals. I mean, we have 60,000 heals for Charism and 30,000 heals on Uther. But this is now a super dangerous situation for the blue team. The curse is going to be taken. The only heroes that are still alive are in the mid lane, so they can't really do anything to interrupt it. The curse will be taken, or the tribute taken there for the curse also, and that allows them to push in the mid lane, take down a few of the structures. They are currently 1 level behind. It's also going to de-push the bot lane quite a bit, and this is a super dangerous situation, because when we're looking at the death timers, that's 25 seconds on Johanna. Not too bad. The problem is Jaina and Khaldor, 2 of the main damage dealers that we have, that will be down for another 50 seconds, and that means that the red team can take down at least 2 forwards, maybe even a keep. And also, that one siege giant up at the top lane, what exactly is he going to do? Once that the curse hits, he might still be able to claim that 1 tower, but this lane is going to be de-pushed, and I don't really think that they have to do anything like rotate a hero up to really deal with the siege giants. this is the time for the red team to make their play. This is really the time when they can turn this game around. In kills, we're already at 12 kills versus 12 kills, but that's exactly the plays that we need now. And when you look at the talents that we're also seeing, especially Nazebo, of course, with the Toes of Hugeness and the Leaping Spiders, has more or less completed his damage part of the build. We're having also now for Vala at least a bit of self-sustain, but the big threat to the blue team during these fights, before the fights, is still Stitches with these hooks. We saw him hook a target just before the fight happened and get the Gorge in, and that just turned it into an early 4 versus 5. The blue team was still trying to... I actually think that Bakery should have let Johanna die. I think it would have been the smarter choice to let Johanna die and make sure that you just retreat with 4. Maybe you can then stall it out a bit. Would still have been a problem, but now they lost 2 additional heroes on the retreat, and that is a big, big deal. So the mid lane is being attacked. The curse is there. The Zebo went to the top and does a bit of damage right here. We're having in the mid lane, on the other hand, the big pressure play. 19 versus 18. That's the levels right now. And they're starting to go straight for that fort. They could even just walk past it. They don't even have to attack it. The minion wave is going to take that down. They can go straight for this one. Johanna is back. It's a 5 versus 3 right now. And they will attempt to drop the key. Nazebo is not with them, and I do not know why. I really think that Nazebo should have been there. He has a lot of pressure play that he can use, a lot of damage against the structures, and with that, they could maybe have taken out that key. But still, even with Kelthas and Jaina back, they have an opportunity to drop the structure. But they don't want to overextend. They close the gap in experience. They're 19 versus 19 now, and that allows them to fight on even footing with their opponent. So they rotate down to the bot lane, where another fort is already taken out. They go for the rest of the structures here and eliminate that. And at this point, they are starting to claim a slight lead in experience. They can take this now. So we have them in a very solid spot. The series is absolutely tight. I mean, at this point, there is no advantage any longer for either one of these teams. You can argue, of course, that that keep down to the bot lane has already lost a fair share of hit points, but still, we are going to see a few hooks and attempts to maybe turn this out. There's Bakery already. They move up to the top. BKB is there. They see him, and the hook. Nah, okay. Hook doesn't hit anything. It's the wall. But yeah, for now, level 20 is a bit faster for the blue team still. But it's not going to be noticeable anymore. We have the repose here, the peaceful repose taken. Also indestructible for Johanna, it's going to help. And a triple Bolt of the Storm. Triple. No Nexus Frenzy this time for Reyna. He doesn't feel safe, not against Stitches. He would love to go for the attack speed upgrade. Of course he would. I mean, he's heavily relying on attack speed now, and by now he has also, when it comes to his Season Marksman stacks, we're currently seeing him at 33 Season Marksman stacks, or damage stacks, so that helps. Talking, by the way, about Stitches a bit, he's currently at 6,000 hit points. He has 15, bonus health is 450. Doesn't only have 15 of these regeneration globes. It's actually not as much as I suspected. I really thought he would have a few more here, and could maybe go for up to like 800 extra hit points already. But 6,000 hit points is still pretty solid. That's pretty tricky still. Yeah, they go for the boss here, and they're at level 19. There's the 20. But the blue team is figuring that out. There's already the wall of zombies. Double blink. Yeah. Ravenous Spirit turning into the Annihilating Spirit, and Muradin, oh, the hook! The fishing hook attempt. Muradin, is he going to go for Rewind, or are we going to see the Hardened Shield here for him? They're starting to move in. Hardened Shield it is. Hyperion used, but the Ravenous Spirit in the back. Nice move by Johanna, going for the Blessed Shield. Black Scop is moving in. There's the Tribute. They have the boss, and everybody's moving on the point, and at the same time, Nanda is using the strafe in the background. Still keeping himself alive. The blue team is in trouble. Bakery is about to drop. Use Divine Palm on himself. Moves back. Hasn't been triggered yet, but he goes down. We have also, oh my god, it's a quadruple kill. Antihero, is he going to fall as well? I don't think so. This might even be game. 16 kills against 13. Reyna the only one who can get away there. Of course, we also saw Uther die, but he still has redemption, and he used it. Antihero is on the move back at the red team. They want their victory. They were behind nearly the entire game, but then they win the team fight. Now they win this big fight at the boss here, and we are seeing Black Scop Nandishtia going straight for the team. The boss isn't even there, and they go for a core. They want to finish this right now, and it's looking really good for them. Another 27 seconds until Karazim is going to be back, and it looks like, oh, Reyna gets, no, this is it. This is game. Reyna gets hooked, and this is going to be GG. A great game that we see here on Cursed Hollow. Really well played. Both teams with great moves, and we are seeing the victory for the red team after their great comeback on this map, and an exceptional team fight for the boss up at the top lane. GG, and well played. Congratulations to the victory. Alright everybody, welcome to another match here at the EPL, the European Pro League, our mixed professional player league in-house thingy, where we have to the left side Lieutenant Morales, our little Latina, played by Splendor. We have Andy Landy on Jaina, Smexy Style on Vala, Breeze playing the Sexy Beetle here on Anubarak. We have JPL playing Leoric, and to the right side of the map, the team number 2 with Leo from Korea on Karazim, Super KG on Muradin, Snitch on Reno. We have Quacknix on Tyrael, and Mene actually picked Khaldor. And that's a bit of an odd one already, since usually what we see happening first is Khaldor being banned once that Mene enters the lobby. He's been pretty annoyed about this and has already voiced that in several games. Already a bit of an attempt down here with Breeze's Love Bug Skin trying to just hide in the bush together with Vala. And yeah, snuggling a little bit, but there's nobody rotating down there, so no kill for them. Snitch, by the way, already with Marshall Reyna here. Put him on a coin, like I don't know why. If you actually go for Marshall Reyna, then you need to give the guy a horse. I mean, come on, Snitch, like seriously. We have in terms of level 1 talents, Reyna of course going straight for Seasoned Marksman here on level 1. If you're looking at the Medic, we're seeing on level 1 again the Trauma Trigger, pretty popular talent on the hero. The Medic in general has a couple of problems, and we've seen that in the past games where she has been played, especially against the Tyrael that has Judgment. You are always in a bit of an awkward spot since you don't really have a panic button. There's no ice block on Morales, there's nothing like Divine Shield or Divine Palm that you can use to really just save you in the last second. So the only thing that you can really do against these attacks is go on level 7 for Cleanse and hope for the best, but it's still pretty tricky. Positioning is everything with Morales, and that's something that Splendor is currently trying to utilize here already, keeping Breeze alive up at the top. We are on Sky Temple, you probably have caught up on that already. To the bot lane, we're seeing still Leoric going up against Snitch. And Leoric in the patch lost, of course, a bit of his pushing presence on the lane, but he's still a pretty decent hero here. And JPL is currently trying to just dominate the bot lane against Snitch here, but so far, Reyna is doing a decent job. The teams, of course, now, with the objectives already spawning, starting to rotate towards the mid and the top to take these two temples. Vala going for an arrow build here on this map, and we're having a Stormbolt build for Muradin. Stormbolt builds can be quite nice on maps where the objective is attacking the structures directly, since you can get additional damage in. Nice move here by Super KG, actually trying to cut off Vala. Didn't really work for him here, but it was still a good attempt. Nearly taking down Smexy Style, but he was able to escape for now. Rotation to the middle actually from JPL. He's helping out in the mid lane a bit, pushing that back. Also, of course, catching that globe since he went for his regeneration talent on level 1 for reanimation here. The blue team on level 4, as is the red team, and they are slightly ahead. We have them with more Stormbolt talents for Muradin. Down to the bot lane, we already saw JPL with a bit more power play against Snitch here. In general, not really too many surprises on level 4 right now. The one thing that I want to point out is that Jaina did not go for Regeneration Master talents on level 1, no Conjurer's Pursuit for her. Instead, it is now, once again, the Deep Chill, and then still the Snowstorm, so not going for Arcane Intellect. Smexy Style in a bit of trouble here, could be the first blood in the game, but Morales keeping Vala alive, and now Smexy is starting to turn around and trying to get the arrows in. Mene is already extremely low, and Super KG is the first victim of the game. Well played here. Quacknix jumping back on Tyrael. Good escape by him, but the first kill still for the blue team. We see Leoric with the Hardened Bones on level 4. We have also now another passive talent for Splendor's Morales, Advanced Block. A very cool talent to take on her, actually. Of course, you want to get the extra heals out, you want to be a healing machine throughout the game, but you have to weigh that against your vulnerability. And Smexy Style, oh sorry, Splendor decides that he needs some survival talents and goes for the Advanced Block on level 4 to make sure that he has a better chance of surviving during these big team fights, especially after level 10, where we are most likely going to see the attack of Tyrael and others straight going for Morales. Looking at the red team and their talents, we have for Reyna, focus attack of course. It's also about the direct auto attack damage of the hero, which makes him such a monster, especially against the tank line of the opponent. To the top lane, experience being soaked by Smexy Style and Mene. These two are going to have a pretty fun time there, and especially Mene is now in a position where together with that Bruiser camp he can start to push in. But that's why we are seeing Breeze and JPL rotating up to the top, even with Andy Landy. 4 players now at the top lane, making sure that they're just pushing this back as much as they can and take it down before the temple at the bot lane spawns, since that's going to be the next temple on the map. With level 7 ready, we're seeing the teams heading into the next talents, and there is, as already predicted, Cleanse taken on Morales now. So that's one of the few talents that can really help you to stay alive, especially once the Tyrael goes straight into that potential judgment. It could go into Sanctification, but there's not as many stuns as we usually see here for Sanctification Tyrael. Oftentimes when you see, for example, a Kerrigan and a Muradin on the opponent's team, then Sanctification is a great talent to take, since you can negate a lot of these cooldowns and abilities of the opponent's team if you time it correctly. We have Karazim now after the Transcendence on level 1 and the Healing Ward on level 4, going straight on the Echo of Heaven on level 7. And both of the teams are aiming for the Shrine at the top lane, oh sorry, the bot lane, the temple here. Already caught, and the shots coming in. And also we're having a camp starting to pressure, and that is actually something that the red team can now try to abuse a bit. We have on the side of Breeze with his Beetle, currently the Spine talent taken on level 7. For a bit more area of effect damage, but the red team is doing a very good job controlling this at the bot lane. Muradin is, actually not Muradin, Material moved up to the top to make sure that he at least can stop JPL, who's pushing this in with the Bruiser camp. But so far Leoric is doing a great job taking out the fort here. And that's one of the few things that still keep the blue team in the same level as the red team right now. The shots have already been soaked. Not all of them, actually. The last 5 shots are getting soaked by the blue team, so the red team moved back a bit too early for that. But at least they didn't lose any heroes. 10 looks like we could see that a bit faster for the blue team. Yeah, it's going to basically hit at the same time. Not going to be a big difference. And there's already the Medivac dropship for Morales, and using that immediately, starting to fly up to the top to help out JPL. The red team is already rushing to the top lane to defend, but they are attempting to burst down at least that wall. Level 10 now for both sides. We have the 7-sided strike for Karazim, and they're jumping in already. They're trying to go for the kills here. 7-sided strike has been used. There's the Entomb on Leoric. JPL is dead. But that's starting to be a bit of a problem for the blue team now. Not only is Leoric dead, but also they are on the retreat since the red team is rushing in, but Super KG missing his stun here. We have no judgment taken, by the way. Instead, it is Sanctification. Now you can really argue about that choice a bit. Of course there's a cleanse available on Morales that has already been chosen. It's one of the reasons why we oftentimes see healers taking their level 7 Terran very late in the game. They're trying to wait for Tyrael to take his level 10 so that they can see if they need to cleanse or if they don't. In this case though, I feel Judgment would still have been a good choice. For now we have Mena under a lot of pressure. Yeah, Mena actually taking out great moves by the blue team. They get the kill in. 2 kills against 1 now, but the red team is already rotating over once again, and JPL is starting to drop in hit points. Here comes the Blizzard, and the Medivac is trying to move away, and it looks like they can pull it off. Medivac to the rescue. Very nice move here. This is one of these things that I really like about the Medivac. The utility that you have with a heroic ability is absolutely great on Morales. Her problem is definitely the survivability, but when you have that Medivac, you can really be super annoying. That's exactly what they're trying to do on this map. It's one of the key features of the hero, and on this map in particular, it's extremely strong, since you can try to either go for the objective on the other side of the map, or you can simply ignore the objective for a short period of time and try to push structures right away, which can be pretty effective and powerful as well. For now, both of the teams are just waiting for the temples to activate, and now they can go straight in and get those shots. At the bot lane, we're already seeing the blue team in position with JPL soaking the shots here, putting pressure onto the fort at the bottom. And the red team has taken the one in the middle, but is rotating away to take the team fight down to the bot lane. So they're starting to jump in here. Medivac again being used, and already flying up to the top. And that's exactly what we've been talking about. Jumping into the mid lane, taking more shots on the temple, having the rest of the players there. The red team is rotating with a few of the heroes to the top. The rest is still staying at the bottom, soaking in the additional shots. Level 12 versus level 12. But I'm really liking how Splendor is currently using the mobility on the map, and they are just trying to play around the opponent. But look at that Entomb! Hyperion immediately being used as a counter, but Snitch is down, and that's most of the damage that we're seeing for the red team. Mena is now finally starting to move in as well. He cannot rely on the chain bombs yet. He is not on level 13, but it looks like the blue team is really making a couple of solid plays here. Splendor is rather low though, so he needs to be careful, and it looks like Muradin is going to try to jump on him. Quadnix is alright up at the front with his Tyrael. Here comes the gravity lapse against Jaina, but she escapes at least for now. Mena is in a bit of pressure since Breeze jumped in, tries to take him down. The fight also raging, still up at the top. Mena is dead, and the blue team escapes for now, starts to turn around. The water elemental slowing Quadnix down, but he can jump away with a little Druid's Might in the last second. The level 13 talent is now finally ready for the blue team, and they have the improved ice block on Jaina. They rotate down again with Breeze to soak the last few shots on the temple at the bot lane. We're having also on Leoric the next talent taken, which in this case is the Crushing Hope for the extra damage, and that really helps against Super Keiichi. Whoa, the ragdoll of Mirrodin just flying away here. Both of the teams now on level 13. And the fight is still ongoing. At the bot lane, it looks like Breeze missed his escape. And now Leo is about to take him out here. Went on level 13 for the Fists of Fury with the increased duration. Having the imposing will. Reyna, of course, going straight into Giant Killer. And again, the medevac in action, starting to move in here. Entomb being used, but the 7-sided strike is too strong and takes Leoric down. Apparently did not really see this one coming. Now 2 of their heroes are down. It's a 5 versus 3. Menes flanking from the side and blasts Jaina away. Well, the battle between ice and fire, at least for now, has been decided in favor of Khaldor, and now the red team has a chance to go for the boss. JPL is going to see that. Can he do anything about it, though? Doesn't really look likely, since they're still waiting for not only Leoric, but also for Jaina. And Jaina's down for another 20 seconds. JPL won't be able to catch this one. Might be able to annoy them a bit, but that's already about it. Level 14 versus 14, 4 versus 5 kills so far in this game. And looking now up to the top, you're seeing the blue team going straight for the Mercenaries. A pretty fun match so far. The couples therapy on level 13 is also going to help Morales to stay alive and at least gives her some kind of self-heal. We are also seeing in talents now that we have no talent on level 13 yet for Vala. Personally, I would really say that Spell Shield would be a great choice here, considering that we have Khaldor on the other side. And there is the Spell Shield now, so good job by Vala going for the passive talent. She has a few options here, could even have gone into Frost Shot, but Spell Shield is going to help her to stay alive in these fights. Talking about fights, the red team, they really want to pressure this now. They go in with the boss with 2 siege giant camps and also everything that they've got to take down the keep, and they get it. At the same time now, though, we're having the Entomb utilized, but no kill out of that. JPL is starting to be low, and he drops on his Leoric, is starting to move in again, starting to push this back, and of course also using his spell to cheat death. But Andilendi gets gravity lapsed, and in the last second uses his ice block. It does not matter though, he dies, and so does his Mexi style. 3 heroes down, and the blue team, they are not only in a bit of trouble, they are actually with the back to the wall now. We have Siege Giants still doing a ton of damage here. We have 5 players around against 3. They're going for core. JPL is, well, the most thing that he's been doing so far in the game was dying, like he's playing Leorki style here. With Breeze rushing away, Splendor about to be dropped. Oh, he escapes just barely. But the core is down to 70%, and the red team is really trying to go for it now. 1 second until Jaina is back. Here comes the Entomb again, and Reyna is about to die. 30% on the core. This is going to be a close one. The level 16 talents are now in play for the blue team too. Karazim is dead, and so is Mirrodin. 8% on the core, and their Tyrell explodes on the core, and that's 3% left. The entire blue team is back. They wipe the opponent, and here comes that medic. Starting to move in. GG already called. Well, I'm not so sure about that. We already have pressure against the keep. Another 15 seconds until Reyna is back. The medic moves in, and that's the chance for the blue team to maybe turn this around. They're going straight for the keep, and now for core. Can they actually turn this around here? Another 4 seconds until Mena is back. 2 for Reyna. The shields are nearly gone. Here come the 2 of them. They have a ton of damage, but do they have enough? Hyperion already being used, and they're going in. Splendor is really low on the medic. Is about to die here, actually, but it doesn't really seem like it's going to change a thing here. The core goes down, and with 3% on the blue team's core, they are able to move in thanks to the medivac and drop the red team. Great job and well played, and congratulations to the blue team for the victory. Wow, that 6 snipe on the core to finish game number 2 off. Really well done here. The blue team, I mean, they just barely defend their core with 3% on it. And then they use Morales and the medivac to just say, like, yeah, we have the means to cross the map immediately. We can just jump towards the red team's base and take that base down before they are revived. So a great game here. And Morales, for now, actually able to help the team out. We've been talking a lot about her. She's very squishy, and even Blizzard already said that they need to change something because she has great problems surviving, especially in team fights. We've seen most of the the players already getting super defensive on her talents, because you know as Morales that in those team fights you are going to be the one that gets attacked, since you don't have a panic button. There's no ice block or anything that she can use, and especially if there's a Judgment Tyrion on the other side, if you miss that cleanse or you had to use it before, then you are kind of doomed. But it's cool to see that a lot of players are still experimenting with her, and that it's also in this case successful. But I personally can't wait for Blizzard to make 1 or 2 changes with the hero, so that we maybe see her a bit more often, and she might be a bit more viable in these big matches. As is though, we're done for the day. I hope that you guys enjoyed the matches here, and if you did, you know the drill. Up for the video on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions, write them in the comment section. And guys, I hope that you subscribe to the channel already. If not, and if you want to support me, you can hit that sub button. And I hope I'll see you next guy. It was a pleasure casting for you. It was a lot of fun today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to see you in the